Yeah, today is the final day.
And the whole blackmail, you know, and we are in a financial something. So if you don't do it,
that means you don't love your country.
Yeah,
it is
like,
not a blackmail.
I mean, come on.
It is not a blackmail.
Well, the tweets are there. Let's go through the tweets. Me, I'm not understanding. I came this morning, so you guys explain to me. I haven't been here in a few days. So
let's finance minister. Maybe that you want us to explain to you.
But I think that for us to get better information and better particulars on what the finance minister is thinking, I think the closest person is Gabi.
Exactly.
And he has put up a post, especially on Twitter, I believe also on Facebook, that doesn't seem to be going down well. I've read it and...
Berla, just
take us through the tweet, then we'll make some...
And I kind of trust here.
Yes, read it.
All right. So it's a three-part tweet. First part says that Ghana is in a very difficult place. What we are seeing with the mobilization of agitation on individual bondholders poses a real and serious risk, worse than what we witnessed when opposition to e-levy succeeded in derailing an already shaken macroeconomic situation from 2021. Part 2 reads, the debt exchange program is voluntary for individual bondholders, but a very necessary evil for our economy. Its success is critical to restoring macroeconomic stability. Securing an IMF program, it hits those of us holding bonds very hard. A straight no to it is no solution. And the third part of that tweet by Gabi Otre-Dakom reads, if the no compromise position to its wins, what then has been achieved? It may lead to national debt default. So what then happens to the value of your bonds after? Potentially worthless. If participation is low, we jeopardize resolving the economic crisis and hardships, unquote. I'm done reading. Those were the three-part tweets that Gabi Otre-Dakom put out. And I'm here. I'm in the comment section. I'm here to read comments.
Oh, no. It's not about being in the comment section.
What is it about, honey?
It's about assessing whether the finance minister, who has led all this and has been communicating to us, did what was apt or right. If you look at from the time that he announced the implementation of the e-levy, or let's say the tax handle the e-levy, that will be in November 2021.
Okay.
You could see that there was no prior consultation. And the consultation was not supposed to be with me, but was supposed to be with key individuals and institutions so that you get the buy-in before you start any policy handle implementation. Because before you get that implementation, it has to be approved by Parliament. And you can see that consistently he has led a team that failed to consult the right sort of stakeholders and people. And that is why the tax handle failed the first time it was implemented, to the point that now you have to be under pressure to reduce, as far as the percentages are concerned, and the threshold. Now we've come to a situation where there was a fine announcement, and the beautiful thing was that you had media buy-in by even taking live that announcement. You did that announcement with the IMF chief of mission. So it presupposes that you had consulted everybody. Then all of a sudden, pension fund managers and those who contribute through labor raised issues.
Yeah.
And it looks like you backtrack within the time that everybody was waiting for Afro Nation, Afro Chella, and all the festivities. 19th of December 2022, you sneak in individual bondholders. We're talking about individuals like me or you who use our apps, or we walk into the banking halls to go and buy normal bonds using a CSD number. So it means that we've moved from the normal 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, even though we can even have individuals who invest such amounts, to people who invest as low as 10,000, 50,000, 20,000. And if we say that individuals are reeling from this difficulty, it's not because we're lying.
Right.
It's because all of us
have school fees to pay.
All of us are victims. All of us are facing realities of our banks giving us messages because we've bought government instruments. Look, the instruments since the last 2 decades have been the most comfortable and safest.
Because it's wisest and safest to save
Yes,
with the bank.
everybody
To
wants
invest with, with government.
A safe risk.
Yeah, with
now
government.
we're being told that all of a sudden you
Our
are being
safe
compared, and
haven.
today's supposed to be the last day.
Yeah.
And if you have somebody who is very close to government come to put up this post, it presupposes that, in my mind, you don't seem to have some level of empathy with what is going on, or you have decided to listen but not pay heed. And it doesn't bode well even for the communication. I don't know. Look, myself and my friends, we've been victims of this. My friends have lost money because of this. And then I even have people I don't know at all who have lost money because of this.
And they're complaining to you.
Yes. And then we have people that we know who are big people, big businessmen. They have workers, they are paying people, and they are losing money because of this.
Right.
And so if you are communicating, you have to communicate right. And government hasn't been in a position where it seems to be empathizing by its own actions. When they read the last budget, if you look at the efforts that were announced to be cut measures by way of financing from the executive or the organs of government, it doesn't seem to be steep. So nobody seems to be associating with you. And that's a reality. Look, if we say we are cutting conferences, etc., the president is already in Abu Dhabi.
In Abu Dhabi.
Yes, 6 ministers. And the 6 ministers will go with their PAs and all those things. Unless maybe we are saying that they will not go. That the ministers alone will go. So the actions must reflect. They must show the people that you are empathizing with them before you come and talk. Abu Dhabi,
yeah.
I mean, Charlie, we're not saying you shouldn't go. But at this time, just show some level of empathy. So that you stop people calling unprofessional when some of these things get to them because people have communicated to them.
But the Abu Dhabi one, what meeting is it for? Because I'm asking because don't forget, just November, December, he even went to Qatar.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
The
But
Black Stars well.
Yes.
So I'm saying,
even
comparing the two, which one is even more important?
Well, I believe all of them are important. But you have to make the decision, do I have to go or not? Berla?
I mean, honestly, when I saw that tweet, I thought it was very unfortunate, especially because we keep asking the question, how did we get here? And we all can agree on the fact that governments played a role in how we got here because of their spending without thinking about it, because of the fact that they were just living beyond their means. And let's talk about even the president's travels. You bring that in. And constantly, we have asked for them to even give us details with regards to how much was spent on private jets that the president flew in. We're told constantly that that's a security matter, and so we deserve no explanation because they cannot divulge security information. But these are allegations that are being leveled against the president, that at this point, she spent this amount of money flying private jets at a time when we barely had money. Nobody is willing to give us an explanation. And we see this frivolous spending, not only with regards to that, but even monies that we received to support us for COVID-19. There are cases where they gave us a breakdown of it. And even that, we were questioning how much was spent at this point, where the rest of the money is. All those details have not been given us. And then you come back and tell us that we are supposed to take a part of the burden. And we're telling you, you did not even engage us in the first place. We warned you for a very long time that the way you were going, things were going to be bad. Cut down your ministers. You told us that they were outstanding. And so because of that, you didn't see the need to. Meanwhile,
to even reshuffle Krause Debbie.
Yes, exactly. So there are so many things that government has done wrong. Would you expect that they would take, responsibility for some of these things? It doesn't look like they're doing that. And constantly they make us feel as if we're the ones who are unpatriotic. We don't want to move the government forward. We don't want to move the nation forward. And so if we decide not to go ahead with this thing, then it means that we're also going to lose our money. Why would I sit down and allow you to mess up the situation and still blame me for it? That's why I thought it was very unfortunate and very disrespectful to Ghanaians. Because we speak up because you have refused to engage us. E-levy came, you didn't engage us. You waited, forced it on us, and decided to visit some 4 regions or so.
6 of them and left the
Told
10.
us that if we don't agree to it, you will not be able to build roads, blah, blah, blah.
Here we did.
Cancelled road tolls when we're still making at least something from it. You didn't listen to anybody. All the economists spoke. Everybody that mattered spoke. Nobody listened. So if we're at this point, then we're also paying you back in your own coin. If you won't
Exactly.
listen to us, we won't listen to you as
Nobody
well.
is paying
We
government
are not
in their
willing.
own coin.
Exactly.
And then, you know...
No, we are, because honestly, if you're not going to listen to us,
then we
you
won't
won't
listen
engage us,
either.
then why are you forcing
We
us
also
to
won't
let
listen.
go of our monies?
won't
Well,
listen.
So we're putting a number on the screen, you know, a regular number. While
want you
we
to
make
be
this
part of the
conversation, we want to have it very interactive. So please make sure you get it very interactive. And Bella, it's good that you made mention of one thing, that we were not consulted. And then when we sit here and we say we're not talking about media. We're talking about stakeholders.
Every Ghanaian.
Yeah, because we have key stakeholders, whether they're in government or they are in quasi-governmental institutions or civil society or in corporate world, who come to interact with us, who give us some of these complaints. And for you to be hearing and reading and listening to them and thinking they don't matter, I don't know how they think. Look, if you look at the posture of the government, the individuals who make up the government, who are leading the government before 2017, and you compare it to today, you find it very shocking that some of the utterances that they utter come from them. Because I can't seem to synchronize the pre-government people with the post-government people. And for them to think that everything is being politicized, I think I beg to differ. And they have to be very receptive to maybe criticism or sentiment that seem to be feedback coming from the ordinary Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Look, are people being affected? People as low as having investment portfolios of 10,000, 20,000 are complaining. What about those who are individuals? And we know some key individuals who are not institutional investors. They just have their money. They've put them there through their normal accounts. And sometimes the money go 1 million, 2 million. Individuals, individuals.
Yeah.
And you're saying that they should take sacrifice. Do they make up the bulk of,
they do.
of those who hold?
I mean, when we listen to Kwame Penim, he was talking about a friend of his or somebody he met in a pharmacy who couldn't afford 3,000 cedis worth of drugs and was actually sitting on the floor helplessly. And this is not somebody who is poor. This is somebody who's got money. Anyway, the calls are coming in this morning. Good morning. Our first caller is from Bolga. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Pangbod.
Okay, please go ahead with your submission.
Okay. You see, sometimes when people begin to look at people's rarity as a joke, then it becomes like you are telling the people that they can speak anything to you. Then you tend to think that the people are insulting you. As you just said, if you are going to Abu Dhabi for a meeting, look at the key people who are needed. Even sometimes, do you even need ministers to go there? Because they are not those who carry some of these technical issues. You get people who are really needed. Then you just select some few and they go there. You, the president, sit back and wait for them to bring the information. Then you sit together and share the ideas and see how you move forward. If you have your own house or your own company and you are managing and it gets to this point, will you do that? If it is your company and you know that, yes, at this moment we need to save money to make sure that the company moves ahead, definitely sometimes even water that you drink, if you were having a water dispenser, you would think of going for what? Maybe such a water. So that when you are back to your normal, then you can now go back to the other things that you want to do in your comfort. But this is a situation whereby you have not been able to stand on your feet. You are begging people to come and help you. And you still want to go back and live as if nothing is wrong with your finances. So how do you move? And the next thing is that when young people like us are complaining, and you think that we are complaining, some of you are old. And in a few years, you will not be part of the current situation we are facing.
Thank you so much for your submission. We appreciate your time this morning. You can also call us, share your thoughts with us. The numbers are right there on your screen. This is TV3Newday. The discussion continues right here. I think you had a point, right?
Yeah.
Most of them are old and feeble.
Well,
they'll be fading out very soon.
It's
we,
not
the
about
younger
somebody
ones,
being old. It's also about you take a look at what the generation of that stature, of that state, seem to have espoused, seem to have represented, the era in which they grew up, the opportunities they had, and look at how the state of governance is, and then you make the juxtapositions. because they just don't, they don't sink. Nkrumah free education, this one, you get scholarships here and there.
And then now they'll tell you that your head like coconut head.
It will be very hard for somebody in a village setting to become a medical doctor. I mean, not the numbers that, it's not that it's not possible.
Peter, you're calling us from Tamale, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to TV3Newday. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good morning, my brother and sisters there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I appreciate the good work we're doing there. God bless you.
Ajana 1, Ajana 2.
Please go ahead. We're
And I
listening.
want to say that you are doing a very good job for us.
Thank you.
And so that I ask myself, without the media, I don't know where the country would have been by now. You speak sometimes out of mind. And then I don't want to say this to my brother, my sister and my brother. If I look at another government, I feel disappointed because I'm not MPP any man anyway, but if I look at the man before he become president of Ghana, he looked like no nonsense man, somebody who was there to fight for the people. Only for me to be disappointed after he had assumed the presidency. Because my sister, things are really tough on the ground. But the man behaved as if nothing that Ghanaians are going through some kind of living to know a better life. We are really suffering, my sister. You said something this morning. When he became president of Ghana, he appointed 100 plus ministers. And we ask ourselves, what were they doing? If they were doing a better job, the country would have been where it is now. Look at the amount that each minister spends, their salary, their allowances, their weight, much of all this thing.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah.
Too bad. Too bad.
Well,
anyway.
Well, we know that we all have our views, but we don't seem to have a good stakeholder considerations being on the part of government as far as the buy-in is concerned. So perhaps maybe there needs to be further engagement so that we'll get to see how it is.
Anyway. Bella's got something to say. I'm sure.
Oh, I was just reading about the president's trip.
Well,
even before that, I just wanted to find out who and who were on the trip with him and what it was about. So it says it's they traveled to Abu Dhabi, pardon me, for their Sustainability Week. The week is a global initiative championed by the UAE and its clean energy powerhouse Mazda to accelerate sustainable development and advance economic, social, and environmental progress. So that's why they're there. Now, he went along with his Foreign Affairs Minister, Honorable Shirley Ayoko Botwe, Minister for Energy, Honorable Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abujinapo, the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation, Honorable Dr. Kweku Efuye, and also officials from the presidency and foreign ministry.
Okay,
we are told that
please hold on a second.
After that, he would go on a private visit to London.
Okay, please hold on a second. There's another caller on the line. Good morning, Matthew. Welcome to TV3Newday.
Good morning.
All right, let's hear you. Where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm calling from home.
Okay, all right, let's hear you.
I want to commend you people for very good work you are doing.
Thank you.
God continue to strengthen you people. Because if you forget yourself and do, Akufo-Addo and his people will kill it. I have been told if the individual bond code, if that one didn't go through, the next one is they will go and start a treasure bill.
No, so
I
far.
am a graduate from University of Education. After so many years of struggling, I didn't get work. So I traveled back to my roots and I went into farming. I've been able to save over 150,000 in farming.
How much? You've been able to save how much?
I have over 150,000 in treasure bill as a result of my farming activities, not the education I went to acquire.
Well,
Farming, farming activities, right?
Treasury bills are not part.
You said farming, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm into farming. I said after years of graduation, I looked for work, couldn't get one. Yes, please.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Well, but treasury bills are not.
I get what he means.
They've been
He's
exempted.
worried.
He's worried that the next one
I
that will
think
be
the fears are that because from stakeholder bonds or the
mutual
bigger
funds and all that. Yeah.
No, bigger corporate bonds, then they went
Right.
to the individual.
Yeah.
So I think there's the fear. But so far the announcement has been given. You see,
Right.
that's what trust does. So when you give when you give your word and your word is not bond.
Yeah.
Now
Your word is not your bond. I
you
like
go,
that.
you know, and the way the announcements are made.
Yeah.
Budget was read the day Black Stars were playing. So
Exactly.
there's the whole atmosphere is foggy.
Yeah.
Then the day you announce, hey, another foggy
19th.
situation. 19th, people
Yeah.
are celebrating. They are looking. They don't have money,
Afro
but those
this,
who have
Afro
money,
that.
they are celebrating. The little they have, they make. Then you
Christmas
sneak it
time.
in.
Yeah.
You know, so it is because, just like Kwame Pianim said, the trust for the finance minister who is leading the team is gone. And if you come to say A, and by the time they sleep in the dead of the night, they wake up and you have done B. This is what happens. So the fear is that but so far we're told that treasury bills. I mean, we've all moved investment to various
this
fixed,
whole
some
conversation
other
actually
instruments.
started with the president saying there will be no haircuts. You remember?
The 12 pointers.
That's how it started.
You'll be sharp, girl.
That's how it started.
I wish I can. Let me go.
well, I mean, if we're talking about treasury bills and whether they'll be affected or not. Now, lawyer Martin Kwebu has been reading some documents, and he was the one who even started this whole conversation about whether treasury bills may be affected or not. Now, this is a document from the Finance Ministry on the domestic debt exchange. And there's a part that says, and I quote, treasury bills issued by the Republic and certain non-marketable security issued by the Republic are not subject to this invitation to exchange. Such treasury bills and non-marketable securities may, however, be the subject of other exchanges and purchases by the government of Ghana from time
Please read that thing
to
again.
time. Okay, I go again.
Please go
it says, treasury bills issued by the Republic and certain non-marketable security issued by the Republic are not subject to this invitation to exchange. Such treasury bills and non-marketable securities may, however, be the subject of other exchanges and purchases by the government of Ghana from time to time.
I didn't take note
Does
of
this contradict what government had said earlier? That treasury bills may not be affected. They need to come out and do some explanation on this.
So that's why I said.
Because what exactly do they mean?
The whole conversation.
And when they say from time to time,
on treasury bills.
when are we starting?
Exactly.
Well, but if this is in the documents, we need to also question this
true.
and get answers. What do they mean by may be affected eventually?
Again, your word
from
and
time
your
to
actions.
time.
You know, and I don't think that anybody raising some of these issues is raising this out of malice. It is because their banks, their portfolio managers are giving them messages. Their classmates and their friends are telling them, Charlie, you guys. I have a friend who called me. She called me last week, 2 weeks before called me. And then she called me again last week and said, look, she has this amount of money. And then she went to the bank and the relationship manager is her relative and was saying, Charlie, it doesn't look good. And I say, even those in the banking sector who know individuals are telling them, Charlie, it doesn't look good.
There's an article on coming from the banking sector, actually. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at that one. Banks rejecting the amended debt exchange offer and asking for an extension of the deadline. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
And we'll read it to you.
Shall I?